Good morning, welcome to Board Game Barrister, our local game shop in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm Andy, and I'm here with Glenn and Gordon, and today we're playing Penguin Party, a game where penguins are coming from all over the world to form a pyramid, and we gotta be the one who can play the most penguins into that pyramid, or we take negative points. Let's get into it. Welcome to Penguin Party, a great little card game where your only goal is to make sure all the penguins in your hand make it to the party. The main thing to keep in mind before you start playing this game is that you're going to be building a pyramid of cards that's 8 cards across and 8 cards high, so you're going to need a decent chunk of a table to do this. And then we're going to deal out all the cards in our deck to the players at the table so everybody has an even number of cards. Your hand will be full of penguins of different colors, and on your turn, you're gonna put a penguin into our pyramid, which is empty to begin the game. So let's get this started by putting one of our penguins into that pyramid. So we've begun our pyramid in the bottom row, which is 8 spaces across, and there's no rules for what you're allowed to place in the bottom row. You can put a penguin of any color you want. But once that row fills up, then it's off limits. Nobody can place a penguin at the bottom anymore. So our next player is going to do the same, placing a penguin of a color of their choice in that bottom row. And from here forward, players have extra choices when they're playing a penguin, whether to keep playing to that bottom row or to stack on top of the penguins that are currently in play. When you want to play upward in the pyramid, you're going to place your penguin card in the gap between 2 other cards right above them. And that means your card has to match the color of one of those 2 cards below it. So I could play a green or a purple in this space. And play is going to continue that way with each player just adding 1 penguin on their turn, trying to empty as much of their hand as possible, because each round you'll be successful if you're able to play every single penguin in your hand. But if there ever comes a turn when you can't play a card from your hand because the penguins in your hand don't have a legal place to go out on the pyramid, and that bottom row is already full so you can't revert back to the bottom row, then that means the round is over for you. You're going to put those cards face down in front of yourself, and you're going to score a negative point token for each card that was still left in your hand. So with 2 cards left in hand, we score negative 2 points this round, which actually isn't that bad. And if you happen to have a great round where you are able to empty your hand entirely, then you can get rid of 2 negative 1 point tokens back into the supply. So there is a way to get rid of these once you earn them. Once the round ends for all players, meaning everybody either has their remaining hand face down in front of them or was able to run out their hands entirely, then we've reached the end of the round, and we're going to deal up for a new round. You're going to play as many rounds as there are players at the table, so with 3 players today, we played a total of 3 rounds. And that's the game. At the end of all of our rounds of play, the player with the best score, meaning the least negative points, is going to be our winner. Alrighty, here we go. Obviously, there's not a ton of subtleties of mechanics and lots of extra stuff to talk about as far as the rules in this game, but a lot of really cool strategy comes out of such a simple concept. We kind of jumped in knowing we needed to empty our hands, but then learned a lot real fast as far as how that was going to be possible based on what decisions we made in a really fascinating way. For instance, for my part, I ended up in a role where I could see certain cards starting to climb the pyramid, but I wasn't happy with the colors of them and spent a lot of my time playing cards to the bottom. Now, this gave Glenn and Gordon opportunities to just overlap it, either because they wanted the same color I did and immediately they were able to play on top of that, but sometimes the color I put into the bottom just got overwritten and I thought, okay, now I have to find a new way to get that color into the pyramid in the first place. I'm kind of doing other people's work for them by starting these colors, but every time you do that, you're getting rid of one of those cards. So if I play 3 reds in the bottom row and that was all the reds in my hand, I don't care if it climbs or not, I'm happy to have just gotten them out of my hand, right? So it's this really interesting balance between the climbing cards and the bottom row as it gets established initially.
Yeah, I spent a fair amount of time determining what was going to be able to climb, and that worked kind of okay in the mid-game. I would see, often playing after Andy, he has now added a color, and I would either determine I want that color to be able to continue or that no, I'm going to shut that color down. But it didn't work out so well for me by the end. I think every round I was the first person to fail. Certainly 2 of the rounds, I was the first person who couldn't make a play. But interesting. So I feel like there's something there, and I didn't figure it out in our first game, but there was a lot of interesting choices to make there.
Well, a lot of your strategy is informed by what you're dealt.
Yeah.
I found my best round was the one where I had a pretty even mix of colors. Because when you have that, if you're missing a color, that can be really hard, and you want to do what you can to try to shut that down off the bottom row. And sometimes you have a lot of one color. It's like, well, I have to be able to get rid of these. I don't. If someone else shuts them down, I'm going to be stuck with. I have 6 of the 8 blues. That was my first hand, and just having to work out how can I keep this run going.
Yeah.
Because if I'm sitting there and I have no blues in my hand, I'm going to be like, someone's got to have a lot of blues. I'm going to cut off those blues if I can.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when trying to get those double colors. Because now the only way you're shutting me down, you can't. You have to play blue on top of that. So it's so many different layers upon layers in this game that is building layers. So,
All right, let's get into it.
All right, who saw a penguin most recently?
I was at the Milwaukee County Zoo years ago. 2 years ago. How's that?
I saw one online maybe a week or 2 ago.
Sounds great to me.
Okay, Glenn goes first.
The Wild West Saloon to start us off. Very good play. I think this is like a strategy that makes sense, but I don't actually know. 8 levels in our
Yeah, 8 levels.
cards on the bottom.
I'm definitely kind of having memories of how to play this game.
Cool. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. I thought I might see you here.
That is an illegal play.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I'm sorry. I just pulled the wrong card. That's what I wanted.
That's illegal play.
Get out of here. All right. Fine. Crazy stuff. Somebody else work on the bottom.
Oh, nice. Wow.
So,
1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to get a whole bunch more.
yeah, okay. I'll tidy this in a moment. Plenty of room on the bottom, Glenn.
Whose turn is it?
Mine.
Just you go right before me so I get to take advantage.
Let's use that bottom.
Trouble. Not that trouble. Well, there. 5, 6. Moving the mic.
Good, we can almost turn them sideways if we
Yeah,
need to. Might not look as
Be
cool.
fine. Thank you. The crazy thing is, you play to the bottom, you can put anything you want. You just get rid of the cards you're worried about. Plus, if I play now, I get to define which edge is the actual bottom edge. How How many of each color do we think are in this game?
That's a
Six of
question.
each? 6 times 6?
There are 7 red, green, and yellow and purple, but 8 blue.
Okay.
So there's 1 more blue.
That's crazy. Alright. Well, fine.
Oh, you're the worst.
Yeah! I kept telling you.
Well,
Play on the bottom.
I was hoping that I played whichever one I played last. I played too hastily. All right, I'm out. I have no plays. So -4 for me. That's rough.
And we keep going?
And you keep going.
I did make a mistake.
I want to know if I have
definitely
to.
needed to play a different card.
I want to know if I have to reveal my cards though. Face down, so you don't know what I had. Nice. All right, and so you get -1. All right, that's
Cool.
round 1.
Great. Round 1.
All right, that didn't count. Clearly, that was just a practice round.
Yeah. Hello, little guy. A game that teaches you just not to be the worst player at the table.
I was
Not to
feeling
be
pretty
the
good
best.
going into that, and then all of a sudden I'm like, there's red cards? Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I had no red.
Yeah.
I thought it was 3 colors, and I was feeling pretty good. 'Cause I had that.
Well, that ended up with red just sealed off, and
Yeah.
were you just holding a bunch of red,
I held a
basically?
bunch of red, yeah.
Oh no, 4. I had 4 colors. 4 colors.
I felt like, okay, I've got control over this, so I'll be able to play them later, and then realized, oh, wait, I'm going to run out of opportunities to do that, and then I'm going to be in trouble.
Hey folks, sorry to interrupt. This is just a 15-second reminder that we're a small team of board game lovers running an actual board game shop here in Wisconsin. If you like what we do, you can support us directly by shopping with us online or by stopping in the next time you're in our area. Thank you. All right, back to your video. Speaking of yellow.
Speaking of yellow. People have lots of blue, so let's play a blue.
Sure. Let's play blue.
Remember the error of my ways last time.
Okay. I'll just keep playing on the bottom. Oh, so familiar. You just keep... If I can't play it up, I'll play it on the bottom, and if any of you got yellow, you gotta start playing it at some point.
Yeah, that is a true thing. Let's play this over there. that's fascinating. Sorry.
Alright.
So our bottom row is full. So this is
Yes.
the base of our pyramid has been set.
Lots of climbing room.
This game feels so strangely tense as you're going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you get rid of your one token.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you played all your cards.
Yeah.
And I cannot. So I will just add to my supply.
Those are yellows. You guys got yellows?
One yellow.
There was a choice as to whether I was going to get that last yellow out or try to make sure I could get the rest of my purples out. I went for the purples. It worked out well, but I was not going to be able to do them both.
Yes, pleasant.
I really like how it starts off and it feels like, yeah, you know, you got some rough ideas what you want to do, and then it feels really tense as you're getting into it.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
There's colors you forget about and then notice again.
And then you have that
Panic about.
Oh man, I hope you don't play this. I need you to not play that. Hey, you didn't play it. All right, I get my play.
Yeah, it's interesting to note, like, oh, there is a real chance that gets closed off right
Yeah.
now.
People like blue, so we'll start with blue.
Okay. Come on. Have some respect for that. Upside down. Okay. All right. This is all interesting.
That is interesting.
Ooh-wee.
I see.
That's tricky. Okay.
Your bottom row is again locked.
Yeah. Heartbreaker. Nice. That'd be funny.
So we have yellow left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right, well, mine form a pyramid, so I'm the winner.
Mine do too. It's a pyramid of one. It's the top.
Mine forms a pyramid with the actual structural integrity of having a post in the basement.
Cool.
That way the wind won't blow it away.
That's cool. All right, there you have it. That was our penguin party. You're going to play as many rounds of this game as there are players at the table, so obviously the number of players is going to directly affect how long it is, but it was a really nice time at 3. We had a blast with it. If you like this kind of game where it's, small box, pretty simple, straightforward rules, but a lot of opportunities to find the small efficiencies and kind of get one over on each other, Karibo was great as well. Karibo is amazing for kids, just like this game would be, and it was another game where you're kind of waiting for the right opportunity to spring your trap on your opponents, all themed around animals, kind of like Penguin Party. And for the time being, you can hit that like, leave a comment if you got one, subscribe to see new videos every week when we post them, and check out our online store. We've got all sorts of cool stuff in there, including Penguin Party. Thanks for joining us this week. We're going to see you next time. Bye.